What's up, everybody? This is Podcast Gameoverse, episode 102 for Saturday, April 30. I am Wasabi Ice Cream, joined as always by my dude Rick. What's up?
Hello, everybody. It is Rick. I'm excited. I played quite a few games, so I'm excited to talk about them. Not a lot happened this week, so there's not a lot to go over, really, because of video game news. But, I love doing this show, man. I do this every week with you, Wasabi. I do this every week for all of our listeners there. Let's
Yeah.
start where we always start, man. Tell the people what you've been playing.
Play a little game called Tunic.
Yes. I watched you play it on your stream the other day. It looked really, really cool. I really liked it.
Yeah. So my trajectory on Tunic was that when they showed it like pre-release, I was like, "Holy
Yeah.
yeah, this looks like an awesome Zelda like."
Yeah.
And then finally, like the demo came out, and I played that demo, and I was like, "Oh no, it's a fucking Souls game," and it really turned me off to the point where I was just like not excited for it anymore. It was like, yeah,
I
this
remember,
game's...
yeah.
So it came out like a couple weeks ago, and I just was not. I didn't care. But I was like, it's on Game Pass. I'll check it out and just double check and make sure it's not for me. And boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
This game is absolutely incredible.
Yes,
Just,
dude. I was gushing about it when I was watching you play it the other day. Um, I could only see the second hand stuff. I couldn't see like the actual. I couldn't feel how it played, obviously.
yeah,
But graphically, the game looks really, really pretty. I love the music for it. The music's so good. Like near Automata, like levels of like good video game soundtrack.
yeah. It's really hard to explain why it's so good without you actually playing it, but one of the big things it does is it kind of just throws you into the game and it doesn't just come out and say, "Hey, this is why you're here and this is what you're doing."
Yeah.
There's like a manual in the game that you hit the select button, and like a manual comes up, and it's like a actual like manual you would get if you're like in the box, but
Yeah.
you only start with like a couple pages, and you find more pages as you go, and none of it's
Mo-
written in English.
Yep. That's my favorite part about it. It's like none of it's written in English.
It's all written in this like in-game language. There's very little English in it. It'll say like MP, or it'll have numbers, and like some of the stuff will be in English, but for the most part, most of it's just not anything you can read. So you kind of have to like decipher. It's all just very well illustrated. So you kind of have to just decipher what everything means by what the pictures are, and it'll draw arrows to stuff. Sometimes it'll be like ink marks, like script, like someone wrote in their own annotations to stuff, and you're like, what? Like, does this manual exist in game? Is this a thing that's my character's actually looking at? Because the stuff's not really explained. It doesn't really tell you, hey, yeah, this is your character and this is what you're doing. It's very cool because it leaves you to kind of go to your own conclusions about what the story is and what's
Yeah.
actually happening.
Yeah. That's
And
my big thing with it is I didn't know like is this like narrative like is this a gameplay mechanic or is this like a narrative thing? Like your character's actually finding these pages
yeah,
of this illustrated book and it's about him. Like he's like illustrated in it. So I'm like, or is he writing this down? If he's writing it down, why is it in a language that I can understand? And why is
yeah.
there some English in there that I can? I don't know. I don't know if I'm putting too much thought into it, but I really hope like the game kind of answers that. It's like a twist at the end that like answers it and like recontextualizes the idea of the manual.
And
But it is super neat. I really like it. It's so cool.
the other really cool thing is that the whole game world is like the camera is like the isometric view, so you can't like
Mhm.
rotate the camera around to do anything.
Yeah.
But what it does with that is it like hides stuff behind the camera view, so
Yeah.
that it really makes you explore just behind everything. Like just hug all the walls and like everything you can't see. You're like, there's got to be something behind here, and 9 times out of 10, there's always fucking something behind the scenery somewhere that you can find and pick up, and or there'll be like a whole fucking thing behind a wall somewhere, and you're like, holy shit, this whole fucking thing was back here, and you can't even see it. Or they'll hide a shortcut back there, and you're like, oh, I could have just gone back here this whole time, and this was just here. Or mechanics, like you'll pick up a page of the manual, like 2 hours into the game, it'll say like, hey, you can do this, by the way, and it's something that you could have done from the start of the game. You just didn't know until you picked up this page. And it was like, I could have fucking been doing this.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything because I think a lot of the beauty of this game is just kind of discovering everything. So I'm trying not to spoil anything. Even like the footage I'm showing doesn't really show most of what I'm talking about, but I think that's the beauty of this game is like the wonder. Like it reminds me of being like a child again and just like playing like old school SNES games, but like in Japanese, like playing a game in Japanese where you just don't know the language, but you can like
Ooh.
decipher like you would like. So when I play those games, I would just name the character like a bunch of like exclamation marks or like something ridiculous. So like, okay, like I see 27 exclamation points. I know that's my character's name at least, or like shit like that. Like that's what it reminds me of, and kind of just figuring shit out.
That's a really cool take. I haven't heard anyone say about it yet. Like
Yeah, that's something I
that's
used
a
to do all the
vibe.
time. I would
Yeah.
play. I don't remember what the fuck. We don't know what the game was called, but me and my brother would play this like SNES beat 'em up that was completely in Japanese. So like neither of us knew what the fuck was happening, but you would just see stuff pop up like magic, and you were like, "Oh, we have magic," and we try to figure out how to fucking use magic and shit. Like that's what this reminds me of.
That's really cool. That's a take. Like I said, I haven't heard anyone say yet because like it makes sense. Like I know a lot of people who are the same way. They would get like a Japanese like ROM or something of a game that never got released here. They
Yeah,
try to get through it and the exploration, like the story behind like trying to figure the game out is like almost as good as like actually playing the game.
yeah,
And that's a take I never got from anyone else. I've looked up reviews in this game. I've heard other people talk about it. That's like a take I've never heard yet. So good on
really
that. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a take I never heard of. Like I never heard anyone say, "Oh, it reminds me of like playing Japanese ROMs or
yeah.
games in another language."
I don't know how many people have done that, but yeah,
I'm
that's
sure a
something
lot of
that.
people have. It was super common where I grew up. Like I knew a
Yeah,
lot of friends who would do it. I didn't because I'm like I want to know what the fuck's going on in my game. Like,
yeah, yeah.
but
I had a friend with the. He had a modded PS1, and he would
yeah,
show us like the import games. Like he had that Dragon Ball Z game. This is when Dragon Ball Z was the shit. He had that. What was it? Ultimate Battle 22. It was just completely in Japanese, so we didn't know what the fuck was going on. But we knew the characters and shit, so we'd be like, "Oh yeah, fucking, we got Vegeta and fucking Goku's out here," and yeah,
I've done that once with. I did it with the Japanese ROM for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the fighting game.
yeah,
I did it once. I downloaded the wrong ROM for it. I thought I downloaded an English like emulation for the arcade game, but I did a Japanese one by accident. But I was like, I can figure out what's going on. Like it's a fighting game. I can figure out what's going on. And it wasn't until I went in until like, and it's an arcade game, so it's not like there's a combo that's I can pull up or anything. But what's crazy about the game is it actually tells a story of JoJo. So I'm like, it's all in Japanese, but I'm like, I saw the anime, so I know what's going on. But that's the farthest I've ever gotten with it. I've never like actually had to play a whole ass game
yeah.
in Japanese. That's really cool. That's a cool take. Again, I never heard anyone say that yet. I like that. But yeah, this game looks incredible. It's on Game Pass. I downloaded it. I've been meaning to try it out. I just need to wait till I'm in the right headspace for it. This isn't a game you can just like jump into and like kind of mindlessly turn your brain off and play after work. Like it looks really engaging, right? Like, am I right on that?
I no, you can turn your head off. You really,
Yeah.
it's not. It doesn't demand a lot of you. Um, Combat wise, like it is like a Souls game. I think that is what's gonna put people off. It was to put me off initially, like the Soul shit. I was like not about it, but it's not as punishing as a Souls game.
Yeah.
Like the only thing it really does is it has like the fireplaces or whatever that gives you your health back and gives you your it restores your potions. And when you use those, everything comes back to life. but and when you
Yeah.
die, you get sent back to the last one you saved at, and yeah, like everything respawns, so you don't really lose much except for like 20 coins, and like you don't lose everything. You just lose like a certain amount of coins or a certain percentage, but I think it's just 20, and that's really it. But there is like an easy mode. There's a couple like options you can turn on so that there's like stamina management, and that's bad. Like the stamina
Yeah.
management is probably, again, yeah, that's like one of the worst things. So it's a Souls game, so like yeah, it's like stamina management. When you run out of stamina, you take like double damage for a while, and like you can't dodge and you can't run and
Oh
shit like
yeah,
that.
I remember
So
seeing that. That's crazy.
yeah, the
Like
stamina
it's
is a big thing,
yeah, yeah. Like it's
but
one thing. Like most Souls likes just like oh you slow down or you can't move or you have these like exhausted attack animations with huge wind ups and no payoffs. But
yeah,
with you, it's like oh you get all that and like you take like double damage.
yeah. So that's like the only thing. You can turn that off in the options. You can also turn on like a god mode so you can't die or something. So it makes it accessible, unlike a fucking Souls game where it's like, no, you play it this way or fuck you. So
Yeah, I'll check it out. I mean, it's on Game Pass. So the only thing I could lose really is like time. So
yeah,
I'll
but
check it out. If
it's
there's
yeah,
anything else
it's
you've been playing,
that was that was it. I think, yeah, that's basically it.
so I played a couple games this week. Nothing new. So don't hear you're not gonna hear anything new from me really. I gave the Ascent a second chance
Okay.
because I was reading online. I can't remember where it came up, but I was reading online and someone had mentioned like, "Oh, this game actually got a bunch of updates since it released, and it's playing very well now." So I re-downloaded it. The Game Pass page for the Ascent still shows about. Well, actually, the ratings are climbing. Last time I checked, it was like 3 out of 5. It's bumped up to 4 out of 5 since the last time I checked.
Okay.
So I think it is like performing a little bit better. I re-downloaded it, replayed it. The game feels a lot better. I'll admit. The glitches that we experienced earlier weren't as prevalent. The physics are still super wonky, so that's something. Like if you have the physics turned on, stuff that's like stacked on top of each other, when you load into a level, it'll still like vibrate and move around like it's clipping through each other.
Yeah.
But the biggest problem we had in the beginning is still there, and that is that some missions you can accept them from people, but you can't get to the actual area yet because you have to progress the story to do it. And even though it sets the level 3 mission, it's going to take you through like level 18 areas to get to that point if you follow the objective marker. So that's still a thing.
Okay.
But the game feels a lot smoother. I play with a mouse and keyboard, so I never had a lot of issues with the aiming. But a lot of people told me like on the when they were playing with the controller, the aiming felt really off, and I guess they tweaked it so it's a bit snappier. Honestly, it feels a lot better. It's not perfect yet. It's not quite what I was expecting when the game got announced. There's still a lot of really weird things with like character customization that I don't like. Like you can only if you want to change the way your character looks, for example, you have to do it at a specific vendor that'll change your appearance, which is fine. I get it, but the angle it the story reason is that you're at like this cosmetic surgeon, right? That's going to replace your parts and make you look different.
Yeah.
And from there, you can customize the character, your character. If you didn't like your hair, your face, you could change it. You could even change your gender at these guys. But instead of it being in a menu, you're sitting on an operating table with a blue light on you. So already it's hard to see like the fine-tuned changes that you've made. Even if you change your character's skin color, because the blue light's on it, it's kind of hard to judge like what your skin actually looks like. Like little things like that are like really annoying. But the game feels solid. Like if you, I think if you got Game Pass, download it, try it out. It's not the total waste of time it was when we first played it. Is it the game I wanted when it first got announced? The game I had in my head when I first saw the
Yeah.
trailer for it? No,
That
still
was
not.
that was the thing because I thought it was like a Diablo. I thought I was gonna be getting loot and shit,
Yeah, there's still
But
loot and stuff, but the loot's like pre-designed. So if you get like a
yeah, yeah,
pistol, it's the same pistol. It doesn't have randomly generated stats,
yeah,
which I kind of go back and forth with because half of me is like I don't have to worry about like wasting my time getting a weapon that I want, but with stats I don't like. It kind of does the Dark Souls thing where like every piece of equipment is like specifically designed to be dropped, and it has a description behind it. Like everything, every piece of equipment in here is like purposely put together. So that's something I can kind of get behind a little bit. But if you're going in as expecting like a loot Diablo type of game, that's not it. It's a lot more story driven than what Diablo is. The voice acting can vary from like excellent to fucking terrible. So take that with a grain of salt. But the game's fine. It's on Game Pass, definitely worth a download and try. I think the game's like $40 everywhere else. So I don't know if it's quite worth that, if I'm being honest, but it's definitely worth checking out on Game Pass at least just to try it out. I've also been playing. So I have this bad habit when I play an RPG. I play a lot of it. I dump a lot of time into it, and I burn myself out of it, and I never get to finish them because when I try to get back into it, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? And that's a huge problem I have with most RPGs. And I had that problem with Shin Megami Tensei 5 because I got that when it came out. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to get back into it so I can pick up where I left off. And to my surprise, I was able to kind of put myself back to where I was, remember what I was doing. I've been playing that again. Game
all
is
right,
still excellent. Everything I said about it when it came out still there. It's a really fun turn-based RPG with a very rewarding mechanic of exploiting weaknesses, getting extra turns. And it's cool because enemies can do the same thing to you. So if your team's not worked out correctly, if you got an easy weakness to exploit, you can just get fucked by random mobs, which is really exciting. Not a lot to say about it. The game's still fun as hell. So I still recommend if you got a Switch, pick up SMT5. I think it's on sale now, like 30, $40 everywhere else. So it's definitely worth looking into. And the last game I wanted to talk about, still an older game. It was on sale on GOG for like $3. Sleeping Dogs.
nice.
Yes, I downloaded it last night, played it for about 2 hours. Still a solid game, man. Like, there's not a lot to complain about it. The gameplay feels really good. The combat system is definitely my favorite part about it. It does the kind of Batman Arkham series gameplay with like easily telegraph like counters. But what's cool is that the attacks are all martial arts. So it feels like you're watching like a kung fu movie with some of the animations. There's environmental things you can do to like fuck people up with that are really satisfying to play around with. I haven't played that game in years, and I remember not liking the driving and not liking the shooting.
Yeah.
Like anything outside of like the fighting wasn't great, I remember. So I haven't gotten that far into it yet. I'm sure I'll have a bigger opinion on it later. But those are the only three games I've been playing this week, really. Nothing too new.
All right, it's good stuff.
Excuse me. Yeah. Moving on, we got some games announced. PlayStation Plus are coming out for May. We got FIFA 22 dropping for PlayStation Plus for PS5 and PS4. Tribes of Midgard is dropping PS4 and PS5. That's a game I've wanted to try for a while. Actually, it's like that isometric survival game, right? But it's all based around Norse mythology.
Yeah, it's an interesting game because it's not what you expect.
Yeah.
It's like run based, but there is some like it's like a run based roguelike, but it's multiplayer, like co op.
Okay.
Um, so like once you like start when the game first came, I played it the day it came out, and no one knew what the fuck they were doing. But as we progressed, we like slowly figured it out and could get like a little further and further. So it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah. I remember when that game came out, like it was like super popular for the first like couple weeks. And I haven't really heard anything about it yet. I haven't heard
Yeah,
anything about it for a while,
I
which
got
is
it
a
because
bummer.
I got it because it looked like a Diablo, Anything that looks like a
Yeah,
Diablo, I'm like, oh, this is Diablo. I'm getting this, and it's not at all, not at all Diablo. So, but it
yeah, I
looks
have the
like
same
one.
problem. I have the same problem. Isometric like ARPGs. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play that. Even bad ones are like okay. But yeah, that's the kind of vibe I was getting from Tribes of Midgard the first time I saw it. When I found out it was like a survival roguelike,
Yeah,
I kind of skipped it. And then I heard good things about it, so I got excited for it again.
and it's
And
run
my
based
brother,
too.
yeah, it's run based. Yeah, it's roguelike. So I wanted to try it for a while. And my brother played it. He says he really liked it. He got it on PC back when it came out. Now that it's dropping on PS4 and PS5, there's a chance for me to try it. And if I really like it, I'll double dip and get it on PC too.
Yeah, I still have it on
Uh,
PC. So,
oh yeah,
guys, if you guys jump back into it, maybe we can do that.
I'm down. If I really, really like it on PS4, I'll pick it up on PC and just like play it full time on there. And we also got Curse of the Dead Gods is also dropping on PS4. That's
Yeah,
another like run-based roguelike action game. I've heard it looks very similar to like Hades, which looks really cool. If you guys haven't checked out Hades yet, it's good. It was our game of the year last year. So definitely check that out. And I think that's it for the PlayStation Plus games. Those are also the drop May 3rd. So you guys got a couple days to pick up what's out for April before jumping into May.
I think FIFA is gonna be huge. I think.
Yeah, this is the newest one, FIFA 22. So that's really cool to see. I'm not a big fan of FIFA, but I know like the following those games have. So good on
Yeah,
PlayStation for getting like a big game like that. Honestly, though, if you're a fan of FIFA, you probably already have it. But
yeah. But even if you're not a fan, I think, well, if you're not a fan, you're probably not gonna get it anyway. But
yeah,
I don't know. I know FIFA's fucking huge. That's like that's
yeah, it is. I know people who buy the newest systems just to play FIFA on.
yeah.
Like I've met people who do that, and they're just like, "Oh, I just play like the new FIFA, the new Call of Duty, and like that's it."
It says here in the sub notes that FIFA 22, you have to redeem both versions to get both versions, the PS4 and PS5.
Okay,
So
so you
like
can't just like
separate.
get the PS4 version and expect that to like upgrade. Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
download each one. So that's good to know. So yeah, those of you who are planning on getting a next gen PS5 later, make sure you log into like on your phone or on your PC and download the PS5 version separately. Which I don't know if they can still let you do that. I've done it a couple times with some games, but I don't know if that's like still a thing if they've wised up to it yet. So definitely
Yeah.
double check that. We also got games with gold. Games with gold less impressive, honestly, and I think it's because like they're kind of going all in on Game Pass, so games with gold aren't really that impressive.
Yeah.
We
But
got Yoku's,
still
yeah,
good stuff here. Yeah, like Yoku's Island, very good.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a
There's some good stuff here. There's nothing's gonna hit like FIFA levels of like big and expensive, but there's some good games here, some hidden gems here. Yoku's Island, I've heard good things about. It's like a puzzle platformer, right?
it's a pinball Metroidvania.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's exciting.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's exciting. We
It's
also got
yeah.
yeah, we also got the Inner World, the Last Wind Monk, which sounds like when I hear the Last Wind Monk, I think like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. It looks like a point and click adventure game, not too dissimilar to like Monkey Island.
Yeah. Everything's
I mean, the art
animated
style,
though. It's really
yeah,
cool.
everything's animated. Yeah, it's everything's animated, and they're really good animation. Like these are really like bouncy looking cartoons, which I like. I like cartoons. I like animation.
Yeah, I've never heard of this, but it looks interesting.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't look anything like what I'm like imagining. When you hear a name like the Inner World, the Last Wind Monk, You know, like an image pops in your head of what's going to look like. It doesn't look like that at all. It doesn't look like that at all, but it looks interesting. I'm not a huge fan of point-click adventure games, but I do respect solid animation, so I might check it out purely
Yeah.
based on that. We also got a Hydro Thunder Hurricane, which is like a boat racing game. Looks really neat. And Viva Pinata Party Animals. I forgot Viva Pinata was a thing, honestly. I'm surprised. Like Xbox has kind of dropped it, but I remember it doing pretty well. You know, I think it was one of Rare's like more popular games, and then they just dropped it for no reason. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, yeah. It had a cartoon and everything.
Yeah, like they were going all in on it for a while, and then they were just like, nope, like let's have Rare make a bunch of like shitty Connect games.
Yeah. I gotta be
Worst way
honest.
to handle a
These
company.
games kind of hit more with me than the PlayStation Plus ones.
I haven't heard of any of these games, but they're looking a bit more interesting than the PlayStation Plus games, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Tribes of Midgard is one I've like always wanted to try. So that one, so PlayStation still wins out this month for me just on that game. If Tribes of
Yeah.
Midgard wasn't on that list, like
I
Xbox would
think
win out easily.
I think you would like Yoku's Island.
Yeah,
uh, it's a Metroidvania first and foremost, but like it's also like pinball. It's a pinball game too, which is like I don't know. I love like the mixing of like genre, getting creative with genres,
oh yeah, same.
and it's like yeah, it's crazy what they do with this, but um even this like inner world game, I'm like, oh, this is like I'm not huge into point and click adventures, but I like this looks fucking crazy. It looks great. It looks like a cartoon.
Oh yeah, the art style is really neat, and that's what's like got me excited for it. I'll definitely check it out for sure.
If it's on Game Pass, I'll play it. Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. Anyway.
So, in some other news, PlayStation 5 is finally getting variable refresh rate,
Yeah,
which I thought that was already a thing, honestly. I didn't know that that wasn't
it was
available yet.
on Xbox. Xbox launched with it. The Series X launched with it.
Ah,
So they're kind of playing catch up. Oh no.
those of you who don't know, variable refresh rate is a system that syncs up the refresh rate of the display with the PS5. Basically, what that does is that helps keep it stable and it reduces a lot of visual artifacts like screen tearing or a lot of frame skipping issues. It's kind of like VSync, but it's specific to like HDMI 2.1.
Yeah.
So you have to have an HDMI 2.1 compatible TV to fully take advantage of it. But it's a great way of smoothing out your performance and getting rid of those visual artifacts without like sacrificing gameplay. Because I know with like VSync, there's a lot of there can be some lag on it. So most people, me included, usually turn it off.
Yeah.
Of what I've been told, I don't have anything that supports variable refresh, but I've heard that there's no lag with that. So that's something to look into. If you got a PS5 and you got a TV with HDMI 2.1 support, there you go. There's something to check it out. A lot of games support it. The newest Call of Duty support, Devil May Cry 5, Destiny, Godfall, if you're still playing that for whatever fucking reason. It's a PlayStation story, man. I gotta make fun of Godfall at least once. So there's some games that are supporting it if you want to check them out. There's a whole link in the show notes. You want to see a bigger list of games that are supporting it.
Yeah.
So go check it out.
I
Oh,
just broke my keyboard.
like just broke it like right now.
Yeah. Oh, I think I fixed it.
Great.
I broke. It's just one key. I think I just fucking broke. Uh,
Oh, that's not good.
yeah.
Is it
But
an
we're.
expensive keyboard? What kind of keyboard is it?
It's a Ducky Shine Mini. It is expensive, but
I
I've
don't know what
had
the
it
hell that
for.
is. Never heard of that before.
Don't search it. You're gonna.
I'm searching it.
It's
Oh my
expensive.
god.
I've had it for a couple years though. More than a couple. I've had it for quite some time. But I broke a key. I broke one key, the Alt key. So
if you want a good keyboard on a budget, and again, I want to emphasize the on a budget part of it. It's the Logitech. I think it's the G310 is the name of the keyboard. Hold on. It's the keyboard I'm using. I got it at Best Buy like
I
forever
don't.
ago.
Here's my thing. I
Yeah.
like. Oh, it looks okay. It looks all right.
The
Budget is
G413.
180. Oh,
G413. Sorry, that's it.
413.
It's like a
Let's see.
60. Yeah, it's a $60 mechanical keyboard. Honestly, it feels fine. The keys are really tactile. It's mechanical, and it feels mechanical. The frame is all aluminum, and it's only like $60. So if you're like in an emergency, I need like a quick keyboard. I don't want to spend a lot of money on it, but I don't want to get like a really shitty membrane keyboard.
Yeah.
That's one of the better feeling like cheap mechanical keyboards I've had is the G413. I bought it years ago with the intention of replacing it with something better later. But honestly, it's worked so well that I can't justify upgrading until this keyboard like shits the bed on me.
Well, it's not an emergency. I just broke one key,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I like this keyboard's a 60%, which means it doesn't have the numpad and it doesn't have the arrow and the what do they call this, the home row. It doesn't have that. It just
Oh,
has
yeah.
like up to backspace and control, and everything after that's cut off, which I like. I don't know.
Which is good for gaming. Like I actually use the number pad and stuff for like day-to-day computing.
Yeah,
So that's why I need it. I've been thinking of like getting two separate keyboards, like one like a keypad specifically for gaming, and just have that on another side of my desk and just use that when I want to play games.
yeah.
I don't know. I've been looking at ways to like change out my battle station here for a little bit. Oh my god, I just said battle station. I didn't mean to say that. Fuck, I sound
Battle
like some fucking
station.
redditor. Yeah, I sound like some fucking redditor. Um, jokes aside, I've been thinking of like changing my whole setup, like upgrading my desk, upgrading keyboard, and that ducky looks really nice. That's a good like little compromise for just for gaming.
Ducky has very good keyboards. They're
Yeah, how are they on like game pads? Because I want like a keypad
they
too.
don't they don't they don't do that. They don't do that.
I've been
Sorry.
thinking of getting into like a specific like gaming pad, like the Razer Tartarus. My brother got one. He swears by it. He says it's great.
Is that the one where it's just like it's like a hand thing?
Yeah, so it's got like a stick on the side, and it's got a
Yeah.
bunch of buttons. Yeah, I've wanted to get one of those for a while. I think they're called like keypads, game pads. No, game pads are like controllers. I wanted to get into a gaming keypad for a while,
There
and
was
my
some
brother like
controversy.
swears by it.
There was some
Oh yeah?
controversy with Ducky. They made an exclusive DJ Max keyboard, and
Oh,
but they fucked up the pre-orders. Actually, there were no pre-orders. It was just like they launched and immediately sold out within like minutes, and didn't give anyone the chance to really, really actually get one who wanted one. It was just a fucking mad. It was just a rush, so people were pissed. But they've
so
got
what was the
really
problem? Was it like limited stock
it
or?
was limited stock, and they just didn't give anyone like any heads up of when it was happening, or so they just launched
Ah,
out of the blue and sold out immediately. People were fucking upset. But
Jesus.
Ducky's got a good keyboard. I think they have like mice too. The thing is, they use really good switches.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have like I don't know what the fuck they use, but it's good shit. I'm gonna need a
I'm
new
on their
one.
website right now. Yeah, they got some good shit here. They got so many different series. They got their Mecha line, the Shine, the One. Jesus.
If you're
Oh,
a
here's their
keyboard,
menus.
It's like their shit's like one step removed from like the really keyboard nerds where they like assemble their own like PCBs and fucking get all the different fucking switches and do all that shit. Like
Oh, I can't imagine that. Like
this is
that
like
sounds cool. No
yeah,
disrespect to it, but I can't imagine doing that. Like,
this is a step before that. Oh, they do have a little keypad, like a
yeah,
little
I saw it.
calculator.
It's like a numeric keypad, which is
Yeah.
fine, but I'm looking for like a gaming keypad like with an analog stick.
Um.
God, they got some good shit here.
All right. Well, that's keyboard hour.
Yeah, that's our keyboard hour, everybody. Where were we? Yeah, variable refresh rate we're talking about. Yeah, that's rolling on PS5, so go check it out. Keep an eye open. Some more games might get updated for it later. Diablo Immortal got a release date for June 2nd, and it's being released for PC and for mobile, and it's going to be cross-play and cross-progression compatible.
That's
Honestly, I don't know how I feel about this because this game was built to be a mobile game.
yeah.
So how is that going to work on PC?
The mouse and a controller.
Well, if you, the controller would probably carry over pretty well because the mobile idea of it just looks like a controller emulated on a touchscreen.
Yeah.
So the controller would work really well, but I wonder how that's going to play on like a mouse and keyboard. Because Diablo, I know you don't really play with mouse and keyboard, but Diablo used the mouse for everything. That's
Yeah.
for movement, selecting, attacking. So they're going to change it to like using WASD to move and the mouse to attack.
Well, that's the thing.
I don't know.
The mouse clicks can translate into touch input.
They definitely can, but I don't know how I'm gonna like playing Diablo using WASD to move. Is my big concern.
But I'm saying you
I'm,
wouldn't
I'm
have
really
to.
finicky
You could just click to move
if they do that. Like I don't know if they're gonna do it.
if they do that.
I,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of like I don't think there's any footage yet of it running on PC, so I don't know what it's gonna look like, how it's gonna play.
No, this video shows the PC, but
Oh, does it?
there's no
Yeah, I just saw it.
there's no UI or
Display.
anything.
Yeah.
So, but it'd probably be fine as it could be. It's not. I don't know. You probably this.
Looking at the video, it looks like it is using the mouse to move because I'm seeing like little like clicks and stuff on the screen.
Uh,
So it looks like it's using the mouse to move. Because this might be fun to check out. I don't know
this
how I'm gonna
is the
feel
game they
about
get.
it.
This is the game they got booed on stage. So you know,
Yeah.
maybe we don't really
Which
know.
I want to recontextualize that really quick. Because a lot of people hear that and they're like, they think like it's a bunch of entitled gamers. No, you have to
Yeah.
understand. This was announced at like this is announced at BlizzCon, which is where they announce all their big stuff. And they had specifically been teasing Diablo stuff for weeks leading up to it. So people were under the impression this was going to be like a Diablo 4 or some other mainline PC entry. And for them to like hype it up, hype it up, hype it up, the people who are like care enough about Blizzard to go there and see it in person, to see it's a fucking mobile game.
Yeah.
Like that's where the insult comes from. Like imagine like there's nothing to compare it to. Like I don't have a comparison to this. This was shitty. Like imagine going to QuakeCon and like there's a bunch of Fallout stuff getting announced. And you finally get there. It turns out to be some garbage like survival game. Oh wait a minute, that happened. So jokes aside, like a lot of people don't understand the context. I was one of the people who was disappointed when I saw that announcement.
They're
And the
doing
worst part is, yeah, the worst part is they just announced Diablo 4 at the same time. and also announced Diablo Immortal to the like as well. Like I don't think it would have been there would have been nearly as much backlash.
Yeah. You can you can register for the open beta test for PC. I think maybe Android too. So uh, I signed up for it. We'll see if that happens. I don't know. I'm still on Blizzard strike. So
I still am too, but now that Activision bought them out, I feel like there won't be
yeah, Microsoft.
Microsoft, sorry, what I said Activision. PlayStation bought Activision. But yeah, now that Microsoft bought them out,
No, Microsoft bought Activision, which bought
Microsoft bought
Blizzard.
Activision, which bought Blizzard.
It's a
Right.
it's a it's several layers deep.
Right. Sorry, there was so many buyouts the last like year specifically. It's hard to remember like who owns who anymore. Um but yeah, now that Microsoft bought out Activision, Activision owns Blizzard, I feel like I can kind of play it without feeling like the guilt. But a lot of the leadership that caused those problems are still there, right? Like that hasn't really been addressed.
They haven't changed anything. Well, 'cause it's
Yeah.
still undergoing. It's still not finalized yet. But as far as I know, they said like Bobby Kotick is still there. So
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm still on Blizzard Strike too. I got a buddy who's like super into Diablo. It's been like trying to get me back into it, but I'm like, dude, I can't. I feel like it's hard to justify it. And I know like I should just shut up and enjoy the game, but it's hard to enjoy the game when I know like the fucked up practices that went into producing it, you know?
yeah.
Like it's hard to justify it, like at least like more morally speaking. I don't know.
But
We'll see. And it's not like I miss it, you know. Like I'm not sitting here like, oh, this is a fucking tragedy. I can't play Diablo. It's like no, like it was a game I really enjoyed. I really liked it, but I can't enjoy it with what I know what's happening. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Even if I did like force myself to play it, I wouldn't have any fun.
Well, if you're a morally absent person, you can enjoy Diablo
Yeah,
Immortal on June 2nd.
absolutely. And again, I don't want to put this out there like holier than thou or anything like that. No, it's like a personal thing. Same reason I don't eat Chick-fil-A. Like I have friends that are LGBT and hearing some of the awful shit that Chick-fil-A supported, actually knowing like what goes behind the scenes at these like pray the gay away camps.
I didn't even know
I
that.
can't do it. You didn't know about that? Yeah,
No.
they donate a ton of money to like these pray the gay away camp, like conversion therapy places. Like forever ago. They're super public about it. And when people question them on it, like the owners are like super religious. They made a stance like, oh, it's a religious belief. We think homosexuality is a sin. So like I can't enjoy their food like knowing that. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry if I ruined Chick-fil-A for you, but and again, this isn't supposed to be like a holier than thou thing. I'm not saying everybody should boycott Blizzard, everyone should boycott Chick-fil-A. It's just I personally can't enjoy it knowing what's going on. Even if I sat down and like forced myself to do it, I couldn't do it. I would not have fun. The food wouldn't taste good.
Yeah.
That's a
Well,
me thing. Yeah,
I don't.
that's a
I
me
don't
thing.
really. I don't really do Chick-fil-A to begin with. So that's
Honestly, they're not
interesting.
even that great. Like,
Yeah.
I people like love Chick-fil-A. I don't understand why. Like, I think they're okay. Like, I'm gonna come out and say I think Raising Cane's tastes better than Chick-fil-A. There, I said it. Like,
I've never even heard it. Is that where do you get that? Raising
I think it's
Cane's?
an Arizona thing. Yeah.
Okay,
Hold on. We'll look them up really quick.
that's a new one.
Oh no, they're actually out of Louisiana.
Oh,
I see them all over Arizona. They're like a chicken food place too. They specialize in like chicken fingers, but they got this like sauce that's like delicious.
huh.
Yeah, look them up. I don't know if they're in Denver actually. Let me see.
Might have to hunt one down.
Yeah, there's some in Colorado, so
Okay.
check them out. Yeah, Raising Cane's. They're chicken fingers. So I don't think they do like chicken sandwiches and stuff, but their chicken's delicious, and they got the sauce. That's like amazing. I like to get their big box combos, and you replace the coleslaw with more fries, and that's what I do because fuck coleslaw.
I
Um, I don't like coleslaw. Do you like coleslaw? I don't think I've ever met anyone that actually likes coleslaw.
don't think I've ever tried coleslaw, so the name sounds disgusting. I'm the kind of person that will not eat something based on how disgusting it sounds. So coleslaw sounds disgusting, so I've never tried it.
It's like shredded cabbage, but it's like soaked in a bunch of condiments. So like salad dressing. Sometimes there's mayonnaise or
Gross.
vinegar.
Gross.
It's like it's not good. Like I don't understand like why people like it. Like
It's
it's
like
not it's like a salad but not healthy, and it tastes awful because it's like a lot of the some people like to use like pickled cabbage in it, and I don't like pickled cabbage. Like it's not good, and a lot of people get it. Like I don't, I've never met anyone that actually likes it though. Like it's served anywhere I get chicken, any like traditional chicken place, you know, Popeyes, KFC, Raising Cane's. It's like a side. It's included as a side, but I never eat it. I don't know anyone else that eats it. Everyone else I know like throws it away.
it's I think another thing for me is like cottage cheese. Cottage cheese looks and sounds disgusting. I don't think I've ever tried it, but every time I see it, I'm like, that doesn't look appetizing at all. But
Depends on what it's on, really.
well,
It's
it's no,
I
just
guess
it's just on its own, just eating
on its
spoonfuls
on
of
its
it
own. You're just
out
like,
of bowl.
that's disgusting. Yeah, who does that? I don't think I
Yeah,
know anyone that does that.
I didn't even know you could put it on a thing. That's a thought that I never thought of putting it on something.
That's what it's for, right? It's like meant to be
Is
put on
it?
stuff.
No, I've seen people just spoon it, just spoon the mouth.
Oh yeah, people just there's like videos online of like, oh, here's like a cottage cheese like strawberries. That's disgusting. I've had it on like bagels and stuff, like cream cheese, but I've never like just eaten it by itself like that. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
There's probably someone listening to me that's like, no, that's how you're supposed to eat it. It's supposed to be like it's like yogurt.
Nah, if you eat cottage cheese like yogurt, please write in. Go to
Yeah, and tell me,
gameoverse.com.
is it a normal thing? Do people usually do that, or is it just like something like you do?
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't know that they're weird.
Yeah, there's some self awareness there. Like some people have that self awareness.
Some people, not enough.
Blue cheese is another thing that I like it, but I know that's like 50-50. Some people like hate it, or some people like love it, but I like it.
Yeah.
I'll make it an addendum to that though. Like there's an asterisk there. Blue cheese like at a restaurant. I won't like go to the store and buy like prepackaged blue cheese. That's just disgusting.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But like go to a restaurant, get like some wings or like a burger or something, get some blue cheese on it. Delicious.
yeah. If the blue cheese comes with whatever you're getting, you'd be like, I'll have. It's like hummus. Like
Yeah,
I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna go out of my way to get some hummus, but I'm like, okay, if I get some bread and like they got some hummus with it, you're like, okay,
yeah,
fuck with the
exactly.
hummus, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we're a video game podcast.
Yeah,
Diablo
yeah.
Immortal. June 2nd.
Not much going on this week, so
Not much going on. With some other quickie news. Because the Bethesda launcher is getting kind of liquidated, you can now begin transferring your library from the Bethesda launcher to Steam.
yeah.
Honestly, that's not going to be a problem for me. I don't think I've got anything specific on the Bethesda launcher, honestly.
I did because things were cheaper on their launcher than on Steam,
Yeah.
so I like got like Doom Eternal for like I think like $12 was like the sweet spot. Like everything was $12. I got
Ah,
like Rage 2 for 12. I got Wolfenstein Youngblood for 12. Fallout 76. I got Doom Eternal. Everything was like super cheap on their launcher. So I was like, oh, I'll just get it fucking
well,
over
that's good to
there.
know.
And
I've
now that it
always
transferred
got
over,
everything on Steam, so it's I got everything cheap on Steam, or like Game Pass like has everything too. So
yeah. I just get anything wherever it's cheapest. I get since I see where all the deals are. It'll be
Yeah,
like, hey, it's a deal on GOG for this game that you've been waiting for. It'll be like, oh yeah, let's get it over there. But I went ahead and did the transfer, and it was very seamless. It was very,
yeah,
very fast. All you do is just link your account, and it just hit a button, and it does it. Very easy.
that's good. Yeah, it's not a problem for me. I lean towards Steam, but if it's like a lot cheaper on another launcher, I might buckle down and do it. But it's got to be like a lot cheaper for me to like justify it.
Yeah.
If I gotta download a totally new launcher to do it, it's gotta be like almost free. If it's outside my regular like rotation of launchers. Um, but yeah, so you can start doing that. Wasabi tried it easy, so anyone else listening, give it a shot. Is like a deadline, or it's like once the launcher's gone, if you haven't migrated it, your shit's gone forever.
Um, there's probably a deadline. They don't really say that though. But I would assume there would be a deadline.
I would assume so too. Like you can't just, they can't just hold on to your shit forever. I'm sure they'll hold on to it a little bit after the launcher's been eliminated, but
Yeah.
there's got to be a deadline, a cutoff where it's like it's too late to transfer your
Eliminated.
shit.
The launcher's
Yeah,
been eliminated. Eliminated.
eliminated.
Eliminated.
So Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase will stream Sunday, June 12th. I'm actually, is it weird that I'm excited for this? I'm really excited for this.
I'm very excited for this because I want to know about Starfield. That is my most anticipated game of this year or
Yeah,
any year, if I'm being
I
honest.
want
And
to know about Starfield. I want to know like what I can play on Game Pass now. Like, I am very excited. I'm very, very excited. This is the second showcase they've done with Xbox Bethesda, right?
yeah, I think so. They did it. They did it. They did one last year where they showed. Was it last year? I guess it was last year where they showed like Avowed. Oh no, that was Obsidian. Well, I think they're. See, it says Xbox and Bethesda, but I think they're showing more than just Bethesda, right? I don't know.
I would assume so. I would assume like, well, here's this weird because like Xbox owns like Obsidian, Bethesda, God fucking Activision. I would assume that would
Yeah,
show up,
they owe a lot
but
more than just yeah. They there's a lot
yeah,
more than just that. I don't know why they have Bethesda separate. It should just be Xbox. I don't know why they're marking Bethesda as like its own entity here, but
yeah,
it's
that's
I
what's
mean,
just weird to me. Yeah, like that's just weird to me too. I'm like, are they gonna show off like just Xbox games and Bethesda games? We're gonna see like what Activision's working on, what Obsidian's working on, what else do they own? I'm trying to remember like everything that they own.
Playground, Compulsion,
Yeah,
uh, Undead Labs,
yeah.
uh, because we know like they're working on that like Perfect Dark. They're working on. Uh, we know Machine Games is working on. Well, that's under Bethesda, I guess. They're working on that
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that would be under Bethesda. Like Indiana Jones, like Machine Games is under Bethesda.
Yeah.
Ghostwire Tokyo, maybe they get announced like, hey, this is when it's coming to Xbox. Uh, yeah.
Hasn't Ghostwire Tokyo been on Xbox? No,
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 because it
it's
had
PlayStation exclusive. I forgot. Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
that and Deathloop is still Bethesda
Yeah,
technically, but it's
I
under
forgot they had that PlayStation deal before Xbox bought them out. I forgot about that.
yeah. So maybe they'll
Oh
say
yeah, maybe
something
we
about
could get an
that.
announcement. We'll see it coming to Game Pass so I can actually play it.
But I just want Starfield. That's all I want.
Yeah.
All I want is Starfield. Like that is gonna be my jam. You will never see me again when that game comes out.
I can't. I Starfield definitely something I want to check out, but I also want to see like what else Xbox is working on. There's going to be any changes to Game Pass. I don't know. I don't know what they could announce, but we got till June 12th, so we still got a little ways away. But I'm excited, dude. Now that I have Game Pass, it's like it's cool to get excited because I know like I can play these games when they come out.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Some other quickies. Infinity Ward revealed a logo for Modern Warfare 2, which they're kind of continuing on that trend. Modern Warfare got a remake. Modern Warfare 2 is getting a remake. I can't believe we like circled back around to like remaking Modern Warfare.
It's funny. Well, because like I guess those were the games that made Call of Duty
Yeah.
what Call of Duty is. Not just Call of Duty, but I guess first person shooters as a whole. Like they kind of changed the landscape of shooters. Actually, this is one of the things that uh I I took for granted. Uh, Watching my girlfriend play video games and
Oh yeah.
noticing because she plays a very specific she's a gamer, right?
Hmm.
She plays like very like specific types like the triple A like story fucking games like the Sony shit. So whenever I get the chance, I try to show her some shit that like is like outside the scope of like traditional or stuff that like to me is like no, this is why video games are cool. This is
Yeah.
why they're different. And but I try to show her like some story shit that like because she doesn't play first person shooter games, so I was like, oh, check out fucking Wolfenstein. The story is incredible. But then I like forgot the part where it's like fucking Wolfenstein because there's like a lot of like shooting and shit. Like, you got to be good at like shooters.
Yeah.
But watching her play, I was like, oh, you get. I guess you don't really since you don't play shooters. I take for granted what Modern Warfare did to shooters is that they're all the fucking same now.
Yeah. So
Like,
you could I could pick up like any shooter and like kind of figure it out. Like
yeah, like all the controls are the same for the most part. Sometimes they change like a little bit, but for the most part, they're all the fucking same now. And that's something I like took for granted because I'm like, oh yeah, like Modern Warfare. It all started with Modern Warfare, and like that game was like revolutionary for shooters in the same way like Halo would be revolutionary, but even Halo became a Modern Warfare. Like it just adopted that control scheme, so now you can aim down sights and like sprint and shit like that.
mm,
Uh, so like Modern Warfare is like a very important game for just video games as a whole. I think a lot of people don't like to acknowledge that a dude bro first person shooter is like very important for video games though. So
well, if you remember, Call of Duty Modern Warfare was like the first Call of Duty game. Like there were a bunch of Call of Duties before that.
there was, but Modern Warfare
Yeah.
was the one that uh what's the word I'm looking for?
Popularized. Yeah.
Not just popularized it, but it solidified the like it standardized a control scheme for first person
Yeah.
shooters that didn't exist until that game came out, and now it
Yeah.
still exists to this day. Like it's like the Ocarina of Time of first person shooter games.
Yeah, and that's you're right. People don't like to acknowledge it, especially because and it's because of like how popular Modern Warfare is, like how popular Call of Duty is now.
Yeah,
Like I remember back in the day, the way I say it, back in the day, your shooters were like your Halos was like the main console shooter, but before that, it was a contest. It was a competition between Call of Duty and Medal of Honor,
yeah,
and Medal of Honor was always the better game. And it wasn't until Modern Warfare where they saw these big sweeping changes, aiming down sights. And the multiplayer too was a huge part of it. It introduced
yeah,
a lot of the progression systems we see in like most multiplayer games are lifted or stolen from Call of Duty. People don't want to admit it, but that's the way it is. Before that, your multiplayer games didn't really have progress in them. You just played random matches. The progress was like your KD.
yeah.
But now, like, you can level up, you can level up equipment, you can change your loadout. Like, we owe a lot of that to Call of Duty. That's just something people don't like acknowledge.
Yeah. So like I don't find it surprising that they're trying to go back to that and like reclaim some of that former glory, because let's be honest, Call of Duty's been in the dumps now for a while. Even though it's still popular, it's not popular for the same reasons. I think it's just it's only popular because the name Call of Duty still has so much power, but they're just running on like their previous achievements at this point,
Yeah.
not really setting any new ones.
Yeah, the biggest thing is their battle royale game is supposed to be really good right now, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I haven't played Call of Duty. The last Call of Duty game I bought with money was Call of Duty Ghost,
Mm.
and that was because a girl I was trying to holler at the time was telling me to get it. It was like, "Oh, pick it up, we'll play together," and I was like, "Say no more. I got it." And the game sucked. I hated it. I did not have any fun playing it.
I did buy Vanguard, but I did not play any of it. So yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna see what happens with this. Hopefully, we get it's gonna be a remake, is what I'm expecting, because like Modern Warfare got its remake,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
wasn't just, it what they did it. They did do a remaster for Modern Warfare, but they also did like an actual like full on remake of the game with like new cutscenes,
Yeah.
new levels, new characters.
And I heard it was extremely good, so
I heard it was good too. I haven't played it, but I heard it was good.
yeah. People still are playing that one instead of the current versions because it's so good. So, and it introduced a lot of new mechanics. I think it introduced like the leaning mechanic, or like a new cover system, so you can like
Yeah.
take cover and kind of lean out to peek. So yeah.
So I'll have to wait and see what happens with this. We got some new trailers coming out. Disney Speedstorm is releasing on PC and console later this year. This game looks cool.
It does. They don't show a lot of it here. I Is this like a mobile game? Was this on mobile and now it's coming to console, or
I don't
I
think it's
don't
been on anything because there's
know.
like an option to hold on. There's an option to pre-register for it on their site. It's a free-to-play game. I know that.
So it's just coming out of nowhere, just like that. It
Yeah,
looks
hold
it
on.
looks pretty good. It looks like, I mean, it's a kart racer. It looks like one, but it's got characters from Disney movies and franchises. So, but they don't show a lot though.
No, they don't.
They've got a whole all of their video. They got 4 videos and they're all 20 seconds long. Okay, they announced it 2 months ago, but now they're finally saying, "Hey, it's coming. It's
I
coming."
remember hearing somewhere it was free to play, but I don't think that's right. So
Let's see.
according to Push Square, it is a free to play game.
Okay,
So I
Push
don't know how
Square.
that's gonna work. Yeah.
Push Square should know. I'm on their
So
website. You can pre-register. Oh, it's a Game Loft joint.
yeah, that's why I thought it was free to play because I know Gameloft does a bunch of free to play stuff.
Yeah, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, Switch,
Yeah.
Epic Game Store, Steam, Windows. Be on everything. Everything that matters. They don't really have all their videos are 20 seconds long, so you don't really get a good look at what the game is. But I don't know, new kart racer. It's kart racer season, man. Everyone's got their own fucking kart racer coming out. Final Fantasy, Disney. Uh, doesn't like WB have one? Uh,
Not a car race. They got like a Smash
yeah.
game.
I feel like there was
coming
another
out.
one.
Did you say Final Fantasy already?
Yeah, but I thought like someone else had their own fucking
Oh, Hot
racer.
Wheels is having its like racer.
Hot Wheels has one. I swear there was another like no like a big like franchise thing, or like it was like a multi franchise thing
Oh,
where
Lego's doing one, aren't they?
Lego's doing one. Yeah, was that the one? I guess it was.
Oh, let me look it up. I know they had one on the N64 back in the day, but I don't know if they're doing a new one.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a resurgence in the kart racer scene, or like even Mario Kart's like revamping. It's like adding like 1,000 new tracks. I don't know. We've
Oh
never been
yeah,
never been a better time to be a kart racing fan.
yeah, for sure. And some other trailers. You got Nazralath, The Fallen World. This trailer shows off absolutely no gameplay. So
It shows what could be gameplay. It's not even like the gameplay. I like the whole aesthetic of this trailer. Really,
this dark fantasy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like it
it looks.
looks like a Souls game.
Yeah, apparently it's based on. Apparently it's inspired by Planescape Torment and the atmosphere of Dark Souls,
Interesting.
and the story's developed based on H.P. Lovecraft as well. It's not a license of H.P. Lovecraft stuff, but it's like inspired by H.P. Lovecraft writing, according to the description here, which could be interesting. I don't know really how it's gonna look like. It's not showing off enough to really get me excited. You can show me a grim dark fantasy setting all day, but until I see gameplay, I'm not gonna care about it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a me problem.
I'm a fan of like the art. Like if it has a cool art
Yeah,
style, I'm like, okay, this looks cool, but what is the game? But what's the game here? It looks like a Souls. I think it looks like a Souls, but it looks like remember Infinity Blade on like iOS. It was like years ago.
oh yeah, I
That was like
remember
the
that.
first. It was the first Epic game, uh, like Unreal Engine game on iOS.
Yeah, I remember
And
that. That was like I used to see ads for it online. It was like I can't believe this game's on mobile.
yeah,
Console game on mobile.
that's what this looks like a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, you're not wrong. That's the same vibe I'm getting now that you mentioned it.
Yeah,
We'll see. If we get some more gameplay on it, it could be cool.
yeah.
We also got a trailer for Marauders. It's their alpha pre-order trailer. I'm
This
gonna be honest, I'm not entirely sure what this is, like a roguelike or a survival game. Bit of both.
it looks like a survival. It looks like a survival game, but like co-op. It's like a
Yeah.
co-op space survival. Um, I don't know. It looks cool.
It does look cool. What's
I
really
did.
interesting is like the guns are all like mechanical guns. You know, it's supposed to be like a sci-fi space game, but the guns are all like, lead bullets.
Yeah.
So this could be cool.
Like it looks
Like
interesting. I
yeah, it
signed
looks
up for the
interesting.
thing. Or actually no I didn't. You have to buy the game to get into the pre beta or whatever the fuck it is. So but I was going to like see if I could sign up for it, but no. You gotta buy it.
I'll add it to my wish list. I'll check it
Yeah.
out later.
Yeah.
Team 17. What else have they done? Team 17.
Uh they're just a publisher. So they
Yeah,
publish stuff. They don't really make things. They publish like ukulele or
yeah, and they
yeah.
overcooked games, worms. Okay. This looks interesting. I'll check it out. I'll wait till like some more gameplay gets showed off.
Yeah.
The alpha is set to run from May 4th to May 9th, so I might just wait till then to see what people are saying about it.
Yeah.
We also got a River City Saga, Three Kingdoms. I remember this got announced in Japanese like forever ago.
Yeah. So they are finally localizing it, which is good because it looks dope.
Yeah, it does. It's got that River City. It's got that River City, you know, beat 'em up, but it's taking place during like the Three Kingdoms, story. I don't know if it's like
Yeah.
actual historical stuff or if it's like stories like King Arthur, but I don't know a lot about Chinese culture, so my bad.
Yeah. Well, Three Kingdoms is, yeah, that's their, everyone knows Three Kingdoms if you're like from like China or
Yeah,
like
but
Japan or like any
yeah,
redneck
but I don't
region.
know if it's like actually like a historical thing that happened or if it's like a fantasy story, like how England has like King Arthur,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so I don't know if there's like actual historical significance to it or if it's because you see it referenced a lot in like video games and stuff,
Yeah.
especially like Dynasty Warriors. It's all based on that.
I
But
actually
this looks
don't
really
know.
cool.
I'm gonna say it is historical, but they throw in their like, they throw in their like mythological twist to it as well.
So I typed in Cao Cao because he's like a character in Dynasty Warriors. That's the only character I can remember
Yeah,
off the top of my head.
yeah,
And a Wikipedia article pulls up as him as like a statesman. So yeah, this stuff happened.
yeah,
Obviously, like there's some creative liberties to it with the way we see it portrayed in video games. But okay, so it's not like King Arthur, where it's like, oh, this fantasy story that tells the history of England. Like this is like actual like thing that happened. These are actual people who existed.
yeah. But
Okay, so that's interesting. That's good to know.
River City Saga, it comes out on Switch, PS4, and Steam, July 21st. So
That would actually be really cool to check out. I might check that out actually.
yeah,
Now this next game looks really cool. We got Haiku the robot,
yeah.
which
They
looks interesting. It looks like a Metroidvania platformer.
yeah. It looks good as fuck. It looks
Yeah, it
really cool.
does.
This
Yeah,
one
this looks good as hell.
this one kind of came out of nowhere. It was like I tried to do some due diligence here and finding some trailers because it was not uh stuff was just not popping this week. So I was like, okay, let's actually look for something. And yeah, this Haiku the robot looks really cool.
Yeah, I
But
like the art style is really cool. The atmosphere is really like tense from just the trailer.
yeah.
I really like what I'm seeing here, so this might be worth checking out. That's available now if you guys want to check it out.
The one now it's $17 on Steam.
Next trailer we got Outpost, which is a working title. We got a playtest reveal trailer here.
Yeah. This trailer
This is
just came out.
weird. Yeah, this is weird. It's like a tower defense survival game.
Yeah, it's one of those like We Are Billions type of games where like you're
Yeah.
building a station to try to defend off a horde, and but this one's like a first person shooter of that.
Yeah, which is
And
cool because you're actually like running around like shooting shit too and like assisting in
yeah,
the effort there.
yeah,
That's really neat.
and it looks pretty dope. Looks pretty dope.
It does look dope. This would be great with multiplayer. Like
Yeah,
this would be a really cool multiplayer game. And last game on this list, this is one I actually found out about today, so we kind of added it last minute. GrimGrimoire once more. Those of you who don't know, GrimGrimoire is a strategy role-playing game that was released on the PS2 back in the early 2000s. by one of my favorite developers, Vanillaware.
Yeah.
So it's got that charming, fucking beautiful Vanillaware artwork. And we're going to see it remastered in high definition for modern systems, which still looks incredible. This game came out on the PS2,
Yeah.
and the artwork still looks incredible. Like, this game aged very, very well. The trailer's in Japanese, so no word yet there's going to be an English release, but this looks cool.
I never played this one.
Me neither.
Okay. Do they
Me
say?
neither.
Do they say what platforms this is going to be on? 'Cause I would play it.
They
only on
probably
PC.
do, but I don't read Japanese, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, that would be something that they would list in English, I'm sure. All it takes is a PS5 or a Steam, or okay, or the PS4 and Switch.
Yeah.
PS4 and Switch. 7/28. Was that July? July 28.
Yeah. So there's a little misinformation here. My bad. It's not a turn-based strategy RPG. It's a real-time strategy game.
I'm out.
So that's my bad. I'm usually out for that too, but it's not like isometric, like overhead. It's like side-scrolling real-time strategy with lanes. So that might be a little bit more manageable. So I don't know. I might check it out. This is one of the Vanillaware games I've never played. So I kind of want to check it out just so I can like try it. I just want Vanillaware to like make like a turn-based RPG. I think they can make with the artwork they have. They can make a really good turn-based RPG with the artwork that they have, but I never get what I want, so whatever.
Isn't that one game? Isn't that a turn-based RPG?
That one game.
The latest one. One you forgot the name of.
Oh God, 13 Sentinels?
Yeah, yeah.
It is not. 13 Sentinels is it looks like a visual novel, and the combat looks like tower defense. Yeah. That's a bummer. Also, excuse me, sorry. So that's gonna do it for our trailers. We got some game releases again. Pretty short week, pretty slow week, so we don't have a lot coming out. We got a Citizen Sleeper. That's set to drop on PC, Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. What is this game? I've never heard of this game before.
It is a cyberpunk tabletop RPG. So.
Oh.
So that's what that is.
I like cyberpunk. I like tabletop RPGs.
Choices matter. Like it could be interesting.
Yeah.
Not my kind of thing, but
yeah, it looks like the gameplay looks very simple. It looks like it leaves a lot to like the imagination here.
Well, isn't that what a tabletop RPG is?
Yeah, but I'm gonna play it on my computer, like you know.
Wake up, sleeper. Dreaming again?
We also got Trek to Yomi set to drop on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X. This looks really cool. This is a game we've actually seen a while ago, and this looks really, really cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's like doing the Ghost of Tsushima thing, but adhering more to the style.
Yeah, it's doubling down on that samurai movie, like Chambara film aesthetic. And I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it looks dope.
Yeah, it
looks
does.
dope.
This is releasing on Game Pass as well on May 5th. So
good to know. Where did you find
Yeah.
that information?
I'm on Game Pass right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. That is good to know.
Yeah, I booted up Game Pass this morning and I saw it. So that's cool. You get to see that. May 5th. You can already, I think you can pre-download it already. You can pre-install it, so when it drops, you can just play it.
Right. May the 5th be with you.
You fucking nerd. Nah, jokes aside, like this game looks cool. I cannot wait to play this. Like this, I'm pre-installing it now. I'm gonna play this when it drops. And that's gonna do it for the show, man. Anything else you want to talk about?
I think that's it, man. You can go to
Great.
Gameoverse.com or Gameoverse.com/Twitch or Gameoverse.com/YouTube or Gameoverse.com/Discord. And you know, jump in there and chat. You know, we like to chat around here, so why don't you go ahead and do that?
Yeah, hit us up. You know, we're cool. I think we're cool. Come check us out, talk with us. We always respond.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Peace.
Gonna do it. Peace out, everybody.